Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 2 finale, the finale of Season 2. I can't believe Season 2 has come and gone, but it has. So I want to take a few minutes just to recap this season and give us a preview of what is coming. So really quickly, I want to recap the guests from this season because I think we had an incredible season. I met with some of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life, and I'm not even joking, just some really incredible people, a range of different ways that they're giving a damn and changing the world, being agents of change. And so, the episode 1 of this season, I met with Jamie Twerkowski, who founded To Write Love on Her Arms, an amazing man, an amazing organization that has helped so many young people and people of all ages, but I think mainly young people that are struggling with suicide, self-harm, depression, and other things like that. Just a beautiful person that has done incredible work. Then I met with Britt Gilmore from the Giving Keys, president of the Giving Keys. I love the Giving Keys because they're doing really hands-on, dirty work to help actual people, homeless people, get off the streets in LA. She told me, if I remember correctly, they have about 75 employees, and almost 50 of them were homeless and are now transitioning off the street. That's just an incredibly beautiful thing. You know, they're providing great jewelry and things that we can wear and share with other people and pass along. But for me, the most special thing about that entire company is that they're helping real people that have real needs get off the streets and into homes. After that, actually that same day that I interviewed Britt, I went up to just north of LA to Rainn Wilson's house. I hope you listened to that episode. It was a fantastically fun time. Rainn Wilson, most widely known as Dwight Schrute from The Office, but has also starred in many movies, some other shows. But most importantly, he invests a lot of time in 2 projects that I really, really love. One is Soul Pancake. They make incredible content that tangibly makes the world a better place. And he and his wife and some other incredible people have also started in a nonprofit, an organization called Lide Haiti, where they empower young women in Haiti through the arts. And they're doing incredible work there. I hope to go down there at some point with him and them to see the work that they're doing there. Next, I met with Andrea Gubel, an Olympian, a real live Olympian. I've never met an Olympian before. She actually represented the United States in Rio de Janeiro last summer. She's an incredible athlete, but she also gives a damn in so many tangible ways, mostly empowering young girls, young kids in general, but young girls through 2 organizations, Z Girls and Ignite. Please check out that interview, an incredible talk with a young woman who really wants to make a difference. Next, I met with someone that was a little out of the ordinary. I got really good feedback from this episode, actually, because it was out of the ordinary. I had a chat with Timothy Sykes. If you go see him on Instagram, a lot of his posts are about, they're flashy posts. He has, a couple Lamborghinis, a Ferrari. He's like 35, worth many millions of dollars. He's done great. He's really good at what he does. He's a penny stock trader, one of the biggest and best in the world. He's taught many students how to make a lot of money. Many of them have reached millionaire status as well. But I didn't interview him, obviously, for that. That's not what my podcast is about. He, even in his young age and, in his first few years of having a lot of money, he's already investing back into the needs of this world. He's on the board of Pencils of Promise. Great organization. I hope to interview Adam Braun, the founder of Pencils of Promise, this coming season. But Timothy has invested almost $2 million. I think the figure was $2 million of his own money so far in a few different projects, but mainly Pencils of Promise. So here's somebody, what I liked about this interview is that it showed somebody who really enjoys life to the fullest through, material goods and tangible goods, which is not my inclination, but I want people to see that there isn't only one way to give a damn. Here's Timothy giving a damn in a very tangible way. He's opened many schools so far and given a lot of money. It's not just like he's throwing cash at it. He goes over and watches these schools being built and meets with the people that are going to be leading the school and really help shape it. So I love his commitment to that, and he says he's only beginning. Like there's going to be a lot more money, a lot more schools, a lot more projects. So I love that. Then I met with Ricky Staub from Neighborhood Film Company, an incredible man that has built a fantastic film company that has done commercial work for some of the biggest brands that you and I know, Nike and Patagonia and Jeep and a bunch of others. And it's also with homeless people. He takes one person that was an ex-convict, so was in prison, and now has come out of prison. And, you know, most of the time, they have trouble. These people that come out of prison have a hard time reintegrating into society. And he takes one man at a time and helps him begin a career in filmmaking if they choose that. But just he gives them a real job with a real salary and helps them come out of this, this season of just not being able to reintegrate back into society. So a great talk, a lot of great feedback from that one. 2 more episodes for this season. I interviewed my friend Melissa Orozco from Yulu PR, a PR agency that focuses on social good companies. They only take on social companies that are socially conscious and inclined. So the companies that they represent with their PR firm are companies that want to make a difference through the goods that they make or through the money that they make. And she has a fantastic story there where they turn away most clients that they could have. They could be making a lot more money to have a much bigger firm, but they're committed to being a B Corp. If you don't know what that is, go look that up, what B Corporation is and what those companies are. But she's also interested as the founder of this company. And I love that it's an almost entirely woman-led organization. It's led entirely by women, almost. I think there's one guy. Lastly, I interviewed Nicholas Gaines, works for the Department of Defense in their suicide prevention. Here's a guy who just, it's kind of funny. I didn't plan it this way, but I started the season with someone who works with people with suicidal tendencies, depression, self-harm, and I ended with someone that works every single day with people, in this case, mostly soldiers. He works with people that are in the military or have come out of the military, and he works with prevention and intervention with suicide cases and self-harm and depression and a bunch of other things. A real beautiful man with just a fantastic story. So that's this season. I hope you've listened to many of these episodes or all of them. I've received really great feedback on the season that we created, this season 2. And so this is the finale. I've already shared that, obviously. And over this break, I want to share, actually, I'll share first when season 3 will resume, because there was a 2-month break in between season 1 and season 2. That's not happening again. There will be just under, actually, a 1-month break here. So season 3 will resume on Friday, June 16th. So it's less than a month away. I need this time, and I'll explain why I need this time, but I need this time to work on a few different projects, which I want to give you a heads up on, because the podcasting part of Let's Give a Damn is one of my favorite things that I've ever done in my life. I love talking with people. I love sharing these stories with you, and I love the medium of podcasts. I listen to 20 or 30 podcast episodes a week. About a year and a half ago, when I really got into podcasts, I cut my music consumption down by about 80 or 85%, and I replaced that with podcasts. And I just learn a ton, and I love the stories, and I love the influence that they've had on my life. And so all that to say, the podcasting isn't going to get any less. It's actually going to get more. There are going to be more podcast projects coming. But over this break, this month, I'm going to be working on getting closer to a storytelling tour that I'm working on, where I want to travel across the U.S. And meeting people in different cities, some famous, some people that you never heard of. Meet these people in these cities and tell the stories and record them on video and through the means of podcast. And so I'm going to be working on that. I'm nailing down a car company that I'm going to be working with that's going to help fund this project. I'm also going to be working on our first event ever. It's not going to happen in the next few months, but I have a vision for an event that I think you guys are going to love, and that we'll see a lot of good fruit and good results from. But I have to continue honing the vision and the idea and then beginning to execute on it. So I'm going to spend some of this free time doing that. I'm also going to, be working on more ways to fund this podcast and to fund the projects that I'm doing, because it's not free for me to do this. And some of you have already begun to help with that through Patreon, and I appreciate that. We'd love to have more people jump on board with that. And I'll also be working on a website for the podcast. Right now we have just a one-page, kind of a landing page that gives you links to go listen to the podcast and join our mailing list. But I'm working on a fuller website over this break. So, as I stated, season 3 will resume on Friday, the 16th of June. A quick preview for the next season, just to get you super stoked and psyched about this next season. I'm really excited about it already. There are a few surprise and secret guests that I can't talk about yet, whether it's because they're a bigger name or I'm still nailing down the relationship and the time to do it. But I can't talk about them yet. But a few that I can talk about are Becca Stevens. She was a CNN Hero nominee. She runs Thistle Farms. Please go look up Thistle Farms, helping women heal from sex trafficking and just the sex industry. Just a beautiful, beautiful story and a beautiful person doing just great work. Brad Montague, you may not know his name, but you'll know Kid President. He helped create Kid President. His little brother, Robbie, is Kid President, and Brad helped create that. He creates amazing videos and content and is such an encourager. So I'm very excited to chat with him. I'm also going to chat with Noor Tagore. If you haven't heard of her, please go look her up. She's a journalist at the company called Newsy. She's also a speaker who works really hard to break down cultural barriers, everything from sexism to Islamophobia. She's only like 23 or 24 too, and she's already doing incredible work. Her following is growing. Her speaking and just all of her content is great. She also has a clothing line created to empower women and to combat sex trafficking. I think it's, what is it called? I'm sorry, I can't remember. But just go look up Noor Tagore to get a preview for what is to come. I'm also partnering with Red Bull for an episode. I'm going to interview several social entrepreneurs in Baltimore, people that have lived there all their lives, that are very invested in the people of Baltimore, in making Baltimore a better city and a better place for the people that live there. And it's going to be an incredible episode. So I'm partnering with Red Bull to interview several people in one podcast interview. So that's going to be really cool. And like I said, a few surprise guests and many more. I have the next 20 to 30 interviews already lined up. I'm just trying to figure out which one should come first. I'm about to finish this little chat with you, this little monologue, but there's two things I want you to do through this month as we take a break, a little less than a month, as we take a break before season 3. Two things. Number one, don't wait. No more waiting. Anne Frank said how wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. So many of us come up with so many excuses, whether it's school's too busy, or my job's too hard, or I have kids, I have school loans to pay off, I have this, I have that, I'm just too tired. And we can come up with excuses all day long to not begin to make a difference, to not begin to give a damn. But the truth is, just start doing it. It might be messy at first, it might not look great, it might not feel great, and you might not do it correctly at first, even though I don't think there is a correct or incorrect way. Just go do it. So no more waiting. MLK Jr., the great Martin Luther King Jr. said the time is always right to do what's right. The time is always right to do what's right. Again, don't wait anymore. I hear so many people. I hear great stories too. I'm not trying to get down on anyone here. That's the last thing I want to do. This is something that we're doing together. But I hear so many people. For every great story I hear of somebody just stepping out and giving a damn, I hear of two people that have all the excuses they need in their back pocket to not begin to give a damn. So no more waiting. Number two, don't try to do it all. Start with one thing. Don't try to do it all. Dr. Loretta Scott said we can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. Again, it's kind of in line with the don't wait, no more waiting. We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. So your job today is not to try to start a huge nonprofit that's going to end the fact that 650 million people still don't have water, or build houses in Haiti for people that don't have homes, or it might not be something super huge, building schools with pencils of promise, or it might not be starting this huge foundation. It might be just starting with who's your neighbor, what do they need, who are the people that you interact with every single day on your way to work, at work, that you can give a damn about them and about their circumstance, their situation. Start there with one person, start with one thing, and go from there. Also, along with that, as you start one thing, let me know what that thing is. Seriously, I hear these incredible stories from people. I have people contacting me from Brazil, from the Middle East, from all over the U.S. and other places. The stories are beginning to come in, and I hear these great stories, and I want to hear yours. I really want to hear, what is the one thing that you stopped making an excuse about and you started doing? These stories really encourage the hell out of me. They keep me going. They keep me excited about what the work that I'm doing and the work that I want you to join me in. So please send me those stories. I can't wait for season 3. And everything else we have planned for Let's Give a Damn in the future. It's a slow process. It's slow work. I would love for it to pick up faster, and I'd love for more downloads and more people sharing and more money and all of that. But it's a slow process, and I'm very committed to this for a long, long time. I'm really excited about what we're able to do and the opportunities that we have. So I'm really excited about the future. During this break, during this month, please do 2 things for me. If you don't do anything else during this break, do 2 things for me that would just help me tremendously. Help me continue to provide this content for you, to continue to tell these stories. One of those is writing a review on the platform that you use to listen to the podcast, but primarily iTunes. Friends, it takes 30 seconds. It really does. Sign into your iTunes, go find the podcast, click write a review, and write a review. It really, really helps us get noticed. It really helps us get into the ears and the lives and the hearts of more listeners. The second thing is go to Patreon, patreon.com. It's a platform for for people that enjoy art and enjoy podcasts and video creators, to support the work that's being done. And so you can go there, search Let's Give a Damn, or just patreon.com/Let's Give a Damn, and you can find our project there, and you can commit as low as $1 a month, and you can go up to $25 a month. The cool thing is that, I think we have 10 people that are supporting what we're doing every month. I have as many people committed at $5 a month as I do 25. There's 4 people that have said, you know what you're providing is, to me, worth $25 a month. And so they're giving that amount, and it really, really helps us, helps me pay for all the production of this podcast, for the subscriptions that I have to make this podcast happen. So if you do one or both of those things, that would be amazing. I'm going to wrap this up. I've been talking too long. Season 3 is coming on June 16th. I hope you're ready. I'm ready already. I can't wait to continue doing this, but I need this month to continue working on stuff. I love you all. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. And I hope that you give more dams today than you did yesterday. And every day, may it be just like that. Love you guys. Talk soon. Bye.